The mountain just
Welcome back, fellow breakers. Today on episode 2 of Breaking Skyrim, we're going to be doing Bleakfalls Barrow and a little bit of Whiterun. Now, if you follow this guy's sister, she tells you to go that way and across the bridge. But I prefer to go this way. It's not exactly shorter, but there's some more iron mining nodes and whatnot. And of course, you could always get into the roleplay side of it. You know, the hero felt a pull to go in this path. Not to mention, if you're a sneak-based character, there's a couple of bandits in this tower. Super easy to get the drop on them all from this angle. But for this session, our goal is to cut out some time and get to where we can start taking out dragons. We're going to turn the dragons on, and then we're going to become the ultimate warrior with the companions. Good times. It's going to take a while before we can actually get to where this is completely broken, but if you just stick with me, I'll show you exactly the path that I take, because it does cut out some time and moving around. Using some main quest missions for the companions to get you in the right place and help acquire a few helpful items.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
One more. Stay up in your tower. Yep.
You're mine.
Oh my. That was nice. Just a nice little loot spot. Earn some side coin. Okay.
Over here.
Really?
Die, damn you!
Alright, so Bleakfalls Barrow. Even though completely new to our hero, he felt something familiar about it. Now again, I suggest playing it whatever difficulty you have the most fun at. If you don't like one-shotting everybody here at the beginning, because two-handed is OP. I mean, I don't even have anything put into two-handed yet. I already put one into smithing, want to put one into heavy armor. Make sure you get that one in smithing, though, before we ever get to Whiterun. But whatever you feel comfortable playing at.
Time to end this little
Not to
game.
mention, I'm trying to keep this short and simple. It's another reason I'm not going to be stopping to do any lockpicking. You're not really missing out on any kind of a lock chest anymore. You'll still make quite a fortune off anyone you defeat, anything that you scavenge. But it's a pretty self-explanatory playthrough, honestly. Take your heavy armor and your two-handed, become part of the companions and go all the way through their main quest line. I just like to take certain spots and grab certain key items. And it'll help take your ultimate warrior and mage break them. When I say mage break, you'll be able to super fast level your warrior abilities and your mage abilities in no time at all. Just proof I play this game too much. Yeah, once you get to a certain spot, it'll all break down. But first, it's quite a grind. Oh, where'd he go? That's personally how I prefer to wield two-handed. Seems to be the best DPS for me, is hit him with a quick swipe and then hold down for the power attack, follow up. So quick swipe, power attack.
It's coming loose. I can feel it.
Oops. Alright, grab the claw. I know it eats up a lot of time, but it's also a good way to find easy gold in the beginning. So just go grave robbing, because that's perfectly fine in this realm. I try to lean away from blocking. Most of the time it's a reflex, but you want your heavy armor to go up as fast as possible. You know, that's why we took the guiding stone for it, but again, whatever you feel comfortable with. Block is actually a super awesome skill. You get it perked out. I personally, though, if these guys don't wake up and you get close to them, might as well go for a sneak attack. It's extra experience. Wakey wakey. Nope. I always end up grabbing jewelry. Later on, we'll be using them to enchant. And the main reason I do jewelry is because you can do a loop with enchanting. With the wizards in a hold, you know, they'll have some in their inventory. But I do it the College of Winterhold because there's just so many vendors all together. And they all buy pieces of jewelry, circlets, rings, and amulets. They won't take daggers, they won't take normal pieces of armor, they'll take robes, but it's easy to come by the jewelry. It's easy to make the jewelry if you happen to find the ores for them. So, just make sure you collect those along the way. That way we can break our enchanting as fast as possible and henceforth break the rest of the game. Let's go ahead and level. Now when leveling, I say it's very important not to put anything into Magicka just because it's, again, so broken when you get everything going for you. Go ahead and put some two-handed here. And the main reason I do two-handed is because early game, especially when you're playing on lower difficulties, it is overpowered. And it's a lot more fun just to watch these nice little cutscenes. Make you feel kind of like a badass. Now, if you want to save time, you can take more than one pickaxe, and, dual wield them in each hand, and then just go for a power attack at the node. I just find this easier, and it seems to give you more gemstones. I'm not entirely sure if that has anything to do with it, but see, I just said something and I got a garnet. So, I don't seem to get as many when I just go swinging away like a madman. So I always pause for the cinematic. It's kind of a smell the flowers moment. Almost through. Nope. Really fighting my OCD urges to lockpick everything, but it's a time saver. I do it this way, and eventually we can have that be broken too. Not completely, but it narrows it down to where all you have to pick yourself are master locks, and it's quite nice. Ow. Did I? Don't skip out on any gold. Eventually you're gonna need it. Mainly it's for whatever spells you would like to have when you get them unlocked in the College of Winterhold, but I put it towards my my house when I start building it. So in case you don't know, the idea here is to take the claw and match up the symbols on it. So you got a bear, a moth, and an owl. Me personally, I played this so much that it's just 2 spins on each dial. And insert your claw. As our hero approached this monolithic wall, something called to him. He heard chanting in the distance. Up behind the waterfall there's a chest, but it's locked, so you can go grab it if you want. I'm gonna come and grab our first word of power. For some reason, our character knew what the word was. And then was surprised to find yet another zombie. Well, Draugr, I know, there's a difference. Knowing it had some form of importance, he decided to take that for later. Metagame knowledge, cough, cough. Alright. That's nice. Oh, no, these were added into the game. Sadly, you can't disenchant them for anything, but it's worth some money, so we're gonna take it with us. That dungeon is done. Okay, now, potion. We're going to very carefully fall down the cliff. I'm gonna come over here to the right. And grab Corundum ore. We're going to continue to come around to the right. Now I have to fight my dungeon diving impulses because this is one of my favorites. It's a close enchanting table, but I'm trying to do time constraints here. So instead, we're just going to go ahead and take more corundum and mix that with the iron, get steel. That way, when we finally make it to Whiterun, you can make steel right off the bat, get yourself a nice suit of armor. Alright, so now we got those two. Go ahead and fast travel back to Riverwood. Gonna drop off the Golden Claw and grab a reward, as early game money is always nice. Now if you wanted to, sometimes like I said, go through that path that I just showed you. It comes out right next to Whiterun. So you can just skip it, hold on to the claw, and eventually bring it back, because with level is how much gold increase you get. But any money's good money right now. Not to mention, if you're playing it that way, your character, you know, gave his word, he'd give it back.
I'm gonna put this back
That's
where
just
it
kind of the guy
belongs.
I'm playing.
I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
Not to mention, once you give it back to him, he'll allow you to take certain things. Like you can take these few pieces of gold, just
Thank you
don't take
so
the,
much for taking care of those thieves. The Riverwood Trader
don't
is
take
back
anything
to
that
the way
says
it used
steal.
to be.
Still, a couple of potions back there if you like using them. I don't. Now, if you wanted to, you could get yourself a well-rested bonus by staying at the inn, but it's not that necessary. You'll level accordingly as to the playstyle. You know, two-handed heavy armor. It's just that simple. If you need to, heal. But stick with your smithing and enchanting. Keep on those perk-wise. The better your enchanting, the better your stuff will sell eventually. The more soul gems that you can get, the better soul gems that you can buy, and not lose out on so much money. Not to mention, you can spend some of the profits you get from doing that to grab spell lists once we mage break this whole thing. But really try and focus on base smithing stuff that you're gonna need. Leather, the iron. Iron actually becomes pretty important later on. The house building requires a lot of, you know, nails and fittings, and that's all iron. But come here, Poochie. Here, boy. Come here, boy. Come on. There we go. Because we're going to jump our smithing pretty quickly, if we do it right. If we're super fortunate, we'll get to dwarven armor. Pretty much surpass the steel that we're going to be making, but no promises. Warm out flatly. Off in the distance, he could hear a ruckus. And as he rounded the hay shed, he saw a giant being fought by 3 different peoples. Who overcame it? He was
Well,
astounded.
that's taken care of. No thanks to you. Sir,
He
that's
was
why
then
I'm here
approached
with my in
by a
order,
strange
and we
woman
show up to solve. Not for me to. The old
trying
man,
to
if you go to him,
recruit him
good luck.
to an order of fighters. He ain't got nothing. They will become crucial. Once we get the dragons going, we're going to start working for them. Again, kind of the whole character's thing is running from the magic that surges within him. He wants to be a warrior. So we're going to follow that path. And end up making a deal with the Daedric anyway. Alright. I'm just going to do some parkour. I don't want to run up this whole thing. Oh, come on. Fine, I'll run up the whole thing. Okay. Now don't freak out when the guard approaches you. This is actually a really easy persuasion.
City's closed with the dragon.
I suggest taking a persuasion anytime you see it, because even if you don't pass it, oh well. But if you do,
Fine.
it ups your speech.
We'll be keeping an eye on you.
Speech is good for any character.
They say Helgen got hit by a
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'll pick it up in the next one, and we'll run around Whiterun, get a whole bunch of stuff accomplished. See you in the next one.